Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Today we're going to continue getting our refining area set up. I appreciate everybody's patience as you watch me slog my way through this. I think we're making progress. I also feel like I'm spending an awful lot of time on this area, but I do believe that it's going to pay off in the long run. Because I think this part of the factory is very important, so I want to make sure I get it set up in a good way. So I did get a comment or two in regards to the crystallization, and some of the suggestions were that it's kind of a waste to use the sludge to make the common ores like iron and copper, which we're going to be making in vast quantities anyway. So whatever we get from crystallizing sludge is really kind of insignificant compared to our total production. So I went and I removed the recipes from the more common ones so that they stop producing and so that we can conserve our sludge for other things. So I did leave the silver and titanium running. The gold and tungsten I left running, and the uranium and fluorite I also left running, and the rest of them I turned off. And as a result, I can see that I'm starting to accumulate some extra sludge here in the tank, which is a good thing. Now I've also noticed that, well, since I've done that, I'm still continuously short on purified water over here. So I think I need to do something to get more purified water in the system over here. And I suppose I could bring it in by train, since I am barreling it somewhere. I don't remember where now. I could always just make more by purification and just dump the saline, because I certainly have more saline than I need. I think I'm clarifying a lot of saline water already. Yep, there it is. Now I did upgrade all of these purifiers to Mark IIs so that I could get more purified water coming out. And that has helped. But I think the not the mineral sludge, but the slag slurry that we're making here. No, the slag slurry is fine. I think our bottleneck over here is still purified water, because I can see that this tank is never getting filled up. I'm using it as fast as it comes in. Although here it seems like the filters are still slowing us down. Okay, but then the filters are being slowed down because they're running out of water. Yeah, so I think an injection of a little bit more purified water here would help us. And I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see where I can pull it from. Because over here, I think my pipeline might be part of the bottleneck I've got here. Maybe what I need to do is put a tank here and then try to get more water out. So let me do that. This is pumping in from up there. Yeah, because I've got the water coming in from two sources now. So if I put a tank, then I can more easily have two sources in, and then I can also have two lines coming out. was that coming from? That's coming from way up there. Okay. Alright, so I'll just move this over a bit from there. And we should have a non-return valve going in. I think I've got one. Yep. Okay. And here we have... Well, here we have an underflow valve. Why do I have an underflow valve there? I think it was because I wanted this water... It's because I wanted to prioritize the water. But I think in this case I'll just put another non-return valve. So I want to get as much of that stuff as possible flowing in here. Alright, now on our outputs, I think I now have not left myself enough room to get it out. If I get rid of this valve, then I can do it. Or, alright, let's move this over. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Alright, and then I need to move this over by 1. No, keep that there. There we go. Okay, and now I can fit a pump here and be able to get an underground pipe. And then another one here. Alright, now this is our main pipeline for water. So I'm going to move this. And I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to run 2 pipes. Because I think I'm being limited by the flow rate of a single pipeline. So what I'll do is I'll continue to have 1 pipe that is supplying the flotation cells. All right, that can be this one. And then I'll run a dedicated line for the mineral sludge part of the operation. All right, so I'm going to cut this off here. And then we'll bring a separate line up there. And I think that other line I can run parallel to these. It'll have to be here. All right, let's move that signal. All right, we'll move that signal. There. Okay, and then we'll get this sent up there, and I think this will help. Because I think I have enough purified water production capacity. I think the problem is just related to the flow. And if it's not, then we'll have to try something else. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I can move this whole thing over. So let me just make a blueprint of that. I'll pick that up. Yeah, and I have just enough room. Whoops. That needs to be moved over one tile. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look here. All right, now we've got plenty of water, it appears. Yeah, and water is slowly starting to accumulate in there. So I think that was a good move. And actually, I think I'll place a pump somewhere around the midpoint of this line. Not there. I'll put another pump right here just to help with the flow rate. Okay, and then hopefully that'll keep this running. Seems like I have enough filters now. I mean, the belt is, I mean, it's not completely full, but it's nearly so. If I get a red light every once in a while, it's not too bad, just as long as I don't see red lights all the time. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we're in good shape there. Alright, now we're still consuming all of the mineral sludge that is coming in. Which is not what I expected, because I've got more than half of these that aren't even running. And I thought that I had the right quantity of mineral sludge consumers over here. So I would expect this to be accumulating a bit. Let's see. So let me check my ratios again. So on the output, I've got 210 per second. Mineral sludge. Yeah, and here the input is 112 per second. Okay, now it's starting to accumulate. Okay, so I think that was right. So, at this point, I think that I could either pick all this up, or I could convert these. I think I'm going to leave these. Alright, so I'm just going to clear these filters. I'm going to leave these in place so that if at some point I decide that I need more gold or titanium or whatever, I can convert these machines over to make those. The other thing I did is I went back and I picked up some of those storage warehouses. So what I want to do is I'm going to put a storage warehouse over here in the middle. And we can use that just to dump some of the extra bits and pieces of ore that I'm picking up. I think I've got active chest. Yeah, so I'll put, whoops, I'll put an active provider here so we can dump that out and get that in storage. And I'll do the same with all these ores that were accumulated here. I'll just pick those up, get them out of these chests so that we can put them all in a common location. Okay, and I accidentally picked up some bots. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Good. Oh, I missed a couple. All right. And then I've got this RoboPort charging pad sitting around, so I think I'll place that Oh, that's not actually a usable item. What, okay, I'll make one charging point to consume that charging pad. Yeah, and then I'll just put it right there in case the bots want to use it at some point. Seems like they're doing okay with this distance. I don't see them slowing down. Okay, good. So now that we're accumulating extra mineral sludge, what I would like to do is start making some mineral catalyst so that we can do combo sorting. Now those, if I'm not mistaken, are made in regular assembly machines. Yep. And the reason I want the mineral catalysts is because we can use those to get specific ores. Now it looks like there's three types of catalysts. There's mineral catalysts, there's crystal, and then there's hybrid, and then you also have these metal catalysts, which work kind of like the ceramic, or kind of like the coal filters. They have a carrier, and then the catalyst goes in there. And those, I think these are all made, yeah, these are all made with specific ores. Okay. Now the crystal catalysts we can make from the crystal seedlings, and those are used to make the hybrid catalysts. Now what are hybrid catalysts used for? Those are used to get some of the more exotic ores. Okay, so I think making these catalysts is going to be a good way to go. And these I can put into, I'll just put those into provider chests. So I'll make 2 big passive provider chests, like so. Outputs are 3 per second. So I'll put fast inserters on the outputs there. All right. And we'll just use the stone pipe here. All right, so this way we'll start to use some of the sludge to make catalysts. Now, how much of this should I make? I honestly don't know. And since I'm going to be taking slag out of here, I think I could use this one to carry catalysts as well. Well, actually, if I'm going to use catalyst, it's going to be here. So, never mind. I don't need to put this on the train network. I can use it here. I will need to extend the bot network over there and bring in more bots so that I can take the catalysts to the sorting machines where they're going to be needed. And I should probably limit this. I'll limit this to, I'll just limit this to 1 row. Okay, I screwed up my copy paste. There we go. Okay. Now let's see what it takes to make the crystal catalyst. Or first let's see what the crystal catalyst is used for. Okay, so the crystal catalysts are used to make these precious gems. And some of the ores that are made by combo sorting. And also to make the hybrid catalysts. Okay, now I was told that some of these gems are used to make high-level modules, so I think we will need to maintain our ability to make those, which means that we'll need to make some crystal seedlings from our crystal slurry. So I think we can use some of the crystal slurry to make seedlings, and we can use some of the crystal slurry to make more mineral sludge. I think right now we probably need mineral sludge more than we need the crystal seedlings. But in any case, let's see, how do we make the crystal catalyst? Alright, that's made purely from the seedlings. Okay. So to make the seedling, we need... Using ceramic filters, we get more efficiency on that. We get less sulfuric waste than using coal filters. So I have a feeling that we're never going to have too much sulfuric wastewater, but by using the coal filter, you have to bring in coal. So for now, I'd like to avoid having to deal with another item over here. All right, so then we need to make crystal slurry, which we can make from all the geodes. So we've got purple, red, yellow, blue, cyan. Okay, so the geodes plus acid give us crystal slurry. Whoops. And those are made in liquefiers. All right, so good news, we've used up 1 container of slag already. That's great. Okay, so if we're going to do the crystals, I think we could set that up over here. Well, where do I have acid? Yeah, it would be better to do it close to where we're making the slag slurry, because I have acid already. But I'm running out of room over here. And I think I'm going to want 1 liquefier for each type of geode. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's look up geodes. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna want at least 6 liquefiers. Alright, so let me go back to the main base and pick up some liquefiers, because I think I have some already in inventory over there. We'll head over there quickly. Liquefier. Yeah, so I'll pick up, see if I can get at least 6 of the Mark 1 liquefiers. I might have some Mark 2s in inventory too. But we'll start with Mark 1s. What do I have here? Yeah, those are Mark 1 chemical plants. Yeah, we'll just do Mark 1 machines for now. And if I don't have the liquefiers, then I'll make some. Let's see what they're bringing me. No, they don't appear to be bringing me liquefiers. Okay, I thought I had some. I guess I'll have to make them myself. Not a big deal. Liquefiers. I need stone brick. And I think I've got some up here. No, I don't. I'm going to have to request it. Or maybe I have some down here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's make 6 liquefiers, 5 and 6. Alright, and I've still got some extra stone brick in case I decide to make more later on. I don't think I need big chests anymore. And I can see that my steerotite mine is running low. This is the steerotite. Yeah, so I'm going to have to start... I'm going to have to start getting acid over here so that we can start to mine the infinite patch. Or I need to set up another steerotite mine. Yeah, I've got a bunch right here. I think I'll just set up another mine once that one is depleted. But I don't think I've got a shortage. Yeah, I've still got plenty right now. All right. Yeah, so where were we? We were getting ready to make... How are we doing on sulfuric acid? I think we're keeping up. That might change here in a moment once we start making the slurry. Okay, so crystal slurry. Where should we make it? I think we should make it over here if we can. Let's see if I can find the room for it. One, two, three, four. This is not really in the best place. Yeah, none of this is in a good place. I really didn't leave myself much room here. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Here's an idea. Let's do... Nope. Okay. Will that be enough room? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. See, this is the problem with not starting out with a good plan. Okay, this might work. All right, so I'm going to need, from the output here, I'm going to need to bring 6 different types. All right, so I'm going to remove this because eventually we're just going to want one. Eventually we're only going to want one warehouse full of crystals. All right, so I'll just put that one there. And then we can have 6 outputs on this one. All right. All right, so we'll do blue. Where are the geodes, by the way? Okay. Purple. Yellow. Green. Cyan. And red. All right. Let's move that over. And then I'll just start emptying this one into this one. Okay. All right, so we got Crystal slurry is what we want. Where do I find the crystal slurry? Okay. All right, so there's crystal slurry from blue. This one I want to do from purple. No, actually I want to do this one from blue. This one from purple. This one from yellow. All right, so let's put a loader into each one of those. The other three are going to be a bit of a challenge. Okay, we're now going to start sharing acid. I think I'll use a substation here. I'll put it on this side. Okay. Yeah, these should be moved over. Actually, this is going to be a problem, because how am I going to get the pipes out? All right, let's try something here. It would be nice if this was all moved down. Because I need to get the slurry out of here. I suppose I could bring these pipes up here. All right, yeah, and then these pipes I could bring down here. Not great, but that's not so bad. Okay. So now the next trick is going to be to get these belts down there. Oh, cripes. What a mess. How the hell am I going to do this? This is really just a bad place for this. Okay, what if I do something like this? Okay. No, that one does have to be like this. Okay. This is rather messy, but I think it will work. Okay, good. Alright, so this is going to be red geode. This is going to be light green geode. And this is going to be cyan geode. Okay, well, good. So we're using all the geodes now. It would be nice if this would do all 6 kinds and not only just one. All right, so let's figure out a way to keep this balanced. There we go. We'll put a couple filter inserters, and we'll do a setup kind of like we do at the train stations. Alright, so this is going to be each times -1. I'll put each. Alright, and then that goes there. These are going to be set filter mode. Alright, so now if this one is bigger than this one, we want it to go in, right? So that means we want this one becoming negative, and we want that one to add to it. Okay. Right, so this one will only add... But actually, I would rather that it just add the ones that are deficient. All right, let's do something else. Let's see. Yeah, I do need to use... Okay, yeah. All right, let's do this. Where's my combinators? There we go. All right, so I think instead what I'll do is I'll just set this up so that whatever is low gets inserted. So actually I want a decider combinator. Actually, what would be good is if I just set it so that it brings in anything that falls to 0. Any color that drops to 0 over here gets inserted from that one. Right? So I think an arithmetic combinator is the right tool for that. And I'll need a constant combinator. So if I just set a 1 for each geode type here, that one goes on the... Nope. Right, so this one has to go on the input and multiply by -1. Okay, and then this goes on the output. All right, so if any of these drop to if any of these drop to 0, then we'll get a positive value because these are all set to 1. All right, so if any geode color drops to 0 here, then it'll start pulling from that warehouse. Okay, so we've got that set. Now we can start getting our crystal slurry out so that we can turn it into something useful. Okay, so crystal slurry we can use to make mineral sludge with the addition of mineralized water. And we can make crystal seedlings with purified water. And it looks like those are all done in filtration units. Okay, so I'm thinking what we could do is we could use half of it to make more mineral sludge, which we're now backed up on, and we can use the other half to make the crystal seedlings so that we can make crystal catalyst. But for now, let's just let's put it into a tank, and I'll put the tank over here. Hopefully that's not a bad place for it. All right, I need another non-return valve to go in there. Actually, let's move that down one. Let's move it down 2. And let's move it over 1. All right, this way I can have the inputs both on the same side. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to very slowly start using up geodes. And filling up the tank with crystal slurry. Okay, so in the next episode we will start making stuff with the crystal slurry. Until then, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.